The race to vaccinate Texans continues. Healthcare workers often find themselves up against a clock when it comes to their workday.
They have open doses, for example, of vaccine that will expire within hours. KXAN's Tom Miller talked with the president of the Texas Medical Association about what they should do in those circumstances.
How often are Texas doctors getting to the end of the day and realizing they have extra vaccines that are going to go bad if they don't use them?
Well, it's not surprising that that might happen because sometimes there may be people who don't show up who had an appointment. They couldn't get there for some reason. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen.
A Houston doctor found himself in this very situation, and he was accused of stealing vaccines, taking them home and giving them to family members before charges were dropped. What's your reaction to that situation?
You're supposed to try to find someone that's in the bracket that you're vaccinating, but if you can't, you can just get anybody you can find to give that vaccination. Do not waste it.
What do you suggest doctors do if they find themselves in this situation with extra vaccine at the end of the day?
Well, now that everyone's aware that that can happen and what the CDC recommends, maybe there would be a plan in place, maybe some patients or someone that could be called.
It almost sounds like you think there should be a group of people who are on standby to get vaccinated.
That would be a possibility. Think ahead of maybe a policy that could be put into place. But there's nothing wrong with calling people that you know, even if they happen to be family members, if that's the time to do that.
And Dr. Fight says overall, she thinks Texas is doing a great job vaccinating people. She did say she hopes the state will be able to improve vaccine access in rural communities.